All right, Sean Bormet, we have wrapped up the dual season. You finished up with a shutout win at Central Michigan, 39-0. Obviously a dominant win. What were some of the takeaways from Sunday's duel?
Thought our guys did a great job, pushing the wrestling, looking for bonus points. I think we had 6 bonus point wins in that duel, which is something we talked about, something we really wanted to see is, we kind of got down to the last dual meet, last test run before we head into the postseason championship. So I thought overall the guys did a good job just kind of pressing the action, looking for a lot of scoring opportunities. We had some matches where we were taking them down, cutting them, and then trying to transition into back points off some of those takedowns. And I thought the guys did an excellent job with that. It was a great way to wrap up the dual season, with an in-state team. Didn't have to travel far. We had a great Michigan crowd at that duel up in Mount Pleasant. I think probably 60-70% of that crowd was wearing maize and blue. So big shout out to all the Michigan fans that were there cheering on the team. It was a great way to finish up the dual season.
We had 4 seniors finish up with a win in their last duel. Can you touch on some of those guys?
Yeah, just to win all 10 bouts, that's always the goal. Every duel meet we go into, obviously we want the best performance out of all 10 weights, but it's not always that easy to win all 10 bouts. So that was great job, and we did that, without having all the starters in also. So it was another, dual meet where, Nolan Wharton stepped in, got a big win to start us off. Joe Walker had a hard fought win at 174. So, great job by those guys. And then, it's, I always think about it, because obviously I've finished competing, but I always look back on my competition days. So, for those seniors to have wins in those in that last duel, they'll never have another college duel. So I always like to see those guys get that final win. And, I know that they did a great job, and I know that was a big win for Bobby Strigo. So, happy with the performance, keeping us on track as we are peaking for the postseason.
One other guy I want to ask about, Sergio Lemley, who spotted his opponent 6 points early, going to his back, and then charged back with a 28-10 tech fall. What'd you like about that match?
Again, with Sergio, it's just composure. He got off to a little slow start, even just in the tone of that match, a little bit of a slow start, got hit with a hard double and then right into a turn. And, I could see Sergio change gears quickly. As soon as he got out and got back to his feet, he really picked up the tempo and the action right away. And
got a little mad.
He was wrestling pretty aggressive, fueled his fire for sure, but he did a great job with his composure and then just really putting the pressure on his opponent and continuing to score, multiple takedowns to the back. And, so I think for him, it was, he reacted the best way he possibly could. And it was good lesson in terms of going into the postseason. Be more ready when the whistle blows. But Sergio's just a great competitor, and it was a great match.
All right, spring break right now, which kind of comes at a great time. That, man, you guys have the whole team for a week where you can really focus on training. No classes. So what does that look like in Bonna this week?
Well, the guys are definitely more relaxed without school all day, for sure. So they're coming in. We kind of structure the times. It's kind of nice because we can simulate the Big Ten schedule a little bit, so we don't have to get up as early in the morning. We've been running practices either at 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock start, and then some of the days we have a second workout, whether it's conditioning or some mat work, is later in the afternoon. 4:30 starts. So it's been a great week so far. Guys are excited. Training's been going really well, but it's definitely a little bit of a looser atmosphere before and after practice because they don't have to rush off to class or they're not pressed to get homework done. So there's been some extra Bonna football, some extra Bonna baseball that's starting up, but just a lot more camaraderie, before and after practices, which is always great to see, and it's a great thing this time of year. So excited about the week and where we're at.
All right, last question. We had 3 Wolverine alums win down at Pan Am's over the weekend. Nick Siriano, Alec Pantelio, Mason Paris. So big bonus with 2 of those guys that qualify for the U.S. Olympic trials. So, they didn't necessarily wrestle a ton of matches, but, how valuable was that experience?
Well, definitely important for Nick Sirianno and Alec Pantaleo in
Yeah.
terms of getting qualified for the Olympic trials. So great for those guys. And then Mason Paris won that match, which was just extra match for him. Always great to go down and compete though, and win. Winning is it's a habit you want. And all three of those guys, the matches they had, I thought they wrestled really well and put a lot of points on the board. Obviously, it was a strong U.S. team. They won all 10 weights down there. But it was great for those guys be down there together and compete. And definitely was important for Suriano and for Alec Pantaleo to get qualified and put themselves in position at the U.S. Olympic trials.
And then Alec is sticking around to train with Austin, who's wrestling in the qualifier. What does he need kind of from a mindset and preparation standpoint?
Yeah, so Austin is down there for the Olympic game qualifier at the Pan American Olympic game qualifier. So that was the second phase of this week. Alec Pantaleo staying down as his training partner. So, it's a fast start for these guys. That tournament will be on Friday. And basically Austin's got 3 matches. He's got to win 3 matches to get qualified for the Olympic Games and qualify that weight class. His preparation's been great. It's an important week for him just in terms of staying sharp, managing his weight properly, because he's got to be down at 65 kilograms, which is basically 143, even though collegiately he's competing at 149. So weight management and making sure that he's ready to compete with full energy on Friday will be really important for him.
All right, Sean, thank you. Go Blue.
Go Blue.